All right, what's up, guys? So I told you guys I would get back at y'all when I heard exactly who Mayweather was fighting, and I give you my thoughts. Well, it's official now. He's fighting Robert the Ghost Guerrero May 4th. It's going down. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you my thoughts on this, man. First of all, there's some huge waves that are happening today. Mayweather just signed this huge deal with Showtime. Um, and what exactly does that mean? Well, number one, that means that we should be getting some pretty good fights. It looks like Mayweather is signed to fight 6 times in 30 months. Um, so with that being said, just off of that, man, we could look forward to some really good fights happening, man. So you got to be excited. Not only that, but it definitely puts the pressure on HBO. HBO's got to step up to the plate, man. HBO really has to step up now. They just lost one of their huge money makers, so they have to really make some real fights. All of this building up their certain fighters and hyping up certain fighters and all of that stuff. They got to make some real good fights to draw in some real attention. And another thing too, for Showtime, obviously this is good, for the reasons that they got Mayweather. But outside of that, I mean, where Mayweather goes is pretty much a money trail that follows him. Okay, so at the end of the day, promoters are gonna really take notice, and they're gonna be trying to get their fights on that stage and getting their fights on Showtime. And boxers are gonna take notice too, and they're gonna want to be where the money is. So expect a lot of big fights from Showtime. So finally, man, I see a lot of really good things coming right now. This is just great news. But let's go ahead and get into this fight now, man. Floyd Mayweather versus Robert the Ghost Guerrero. First of all, this is a good fight. In my opinion, I think this is a very good fight. Some people are going to really like this fight. Other people are going to be a little skeptical and say, hey, what has Robert Guerrero done at welterweight? I understand that. I really do. But that being said, I've already gone through the welterweight division. I told you guys there ain't really much at welterweight. Let's be honest. Everybody at welterweight is kind of resume wise not that far off from each other. I've already gone through the names. You got Marquez. Marquez already says he doesn't want to fight Mayweather, and that's a fight that I'd actually like to see. This new Super Marquez, I'd actually like to see him fight Mayweather. Um, I think that'd be just an interesting fight. You got Robert the Ghost Guerrero. You got Pacquiao. Obviously, that fight at this point doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Um, Kell Brook, Devin Alexander, they got to fight each other. Paulie Malignaggi, I'm pretty sure none of us want to see that. Timothy Bradley, he's top rank, probably won't happen, even though that might be one of the better fights out there. Victor Ortiz, we've already seen it. So, like I said, um, you guys who are complaining about the fight, I don't know really what y'all want at welterweight. At welterweight, this is just the cream of the crop right here. Robert the Ghost Guerrero. The guy's hot. I say let's see it. Why not? Um, what do I like about Robert Guerrero? What I like about Robert Guerrero is you cannot describe him as a certain kind of fighter. Okay, he's just not one of these guys who walks around with this tag on him and you know exactly what he is. You really don't. The guy's a skilled fighter. He's just one of those guys who's just really skilled. He's got great boxing ability, great solid jab. Go ask Andre Berto. Um, Good movement in there. He's a thinker. He's one of the few guys in the sport who are really thinking, and not really just on a basic level. Um, he's adaptive, reactive in the ring. Okay, he's able to adapt to what you do. He's able to react to things that you're doing in there, and you gotta like that. So um, I think he's going to be able to potentially, at least for a couple of rounds, frustrate Mayweather. At least for a couple of rounds. Um, we know Floyd Mayweather's toughest fight was Jose Luis Castillo, the guy who really brought the pressure on Mayweather. With Mayweather slowing down, once again, he's going to find himself in a lot more competitive fights. Go see the Miguel Cotto fight so you understand exactly what Mayweather we're dealing with. We're dealing with an older Mayweather. That being said, Mayweather's going to have some advantages in this fight. He's going to have the experience advantage. You know, he's a savvy veteran at this point. He's seen it all. He's done it all. He's pretty much beaten it all. Um, he's got the skill. He's got the speed. Fantastic jab. Great counter punching. I mean, what more do you want? You know, if you make a mistake, he's going to make you pay. Robert Guerrero looked like he was making a lot of mistakes in that Andre Berto fight. And Andre Berto being Andre Berto and just having absolutely no defense, he wasn't able to capitalize on it. But definitely, just looking at the fight, you could definitely tell that Mayweather's going to be able to catch Robert Guerrero, you know, and really make him pay if he does that same blueprint that he did against Andre Berto. But like I said, with Robert Guerrero, you never really know what you're going to get, and that's kind of something that's going to play to his strengths. He's very hittable, Robert Guerrero, and Floyd Mayweather is one of the most accurate punchers in history. At the end of the day, the guy's accurate. You know, he only throws when he knows he could hit you, and not only that, but he knows that most likely there's probably nothing coming back at him either. So that's just what makes him so deadly in there. It's kind of like a cobra. You know, what else really needs to be said? I mean, Robert Guerrero got really banged up versus Andre Berto. Just look at his face at the end of the fight, and Andre Berto really wasn't able to land as much as Mayweather is going to be able to land. Also, I think Mayweather might be the hardest puncher that Guerrero is going to be facing to this point. I don't think people give Mayweather enough props for the type of power that he has. The guy does have power. And the reason that his power is kind of magnified is because it's the way he's hitting you. Okay, nobody hits you like how Mayweather hits you, because he's catching you when you're coming in, mid-shot, he's countering you, and you don't see it coming. Okay, so go ask Manny Pacquiao how a punch feels when you don't see it coming. It hurts pretty badly. So at the end of the day, you know, I really see Mayweather taking this fight. I think it's probably, at this stage right now, the most competitive fight that can happen at welterweight. I think other fights are going to build as time goes on. Maybe the winner of Devin Alexander versus Kell Brook. You know, Timothy Bradley potentially down the road if Top Rank and Golden Boy could you know, could just get along. You know, and who knows, maybe Manny Pacquiao. So that's what's happening at welterweight right now at this stage. I think this is the fight. Really looking forward to it. The ticket's going to be great. We look like we're finally getting Canelo Alvarez versus Austin Trout. Just great news in boxing right now. Definitely, we got a little bit more of a pulse beating right now, because all of these fight cancellations and all this crap that was happening was just taking the air out of the sport. Really good news. These are my thoughts on this fight. You guys let me know what y'all think on this fight and all this news that's happening. I'm out. Peace.